Pretoria might look polished on the outside. South Africa's administrative capital with its iconic landmarks, government buildings, and buzzing city life. But anyone who knows the streets will tell you there's a whole different story playing out underneath that shiny surface. Behind the everyday hustle lies a dangerous underworld where hijackings aren't rare shocks. They're routine. A place where certain criminals operate like celebrities, moving in luxury while leaving chaos in their wake. In today's video, we're diving into the rise and fall of one of those figures, a man who built a reputation as both a smooth dresser and a feared kingpin. He was said to have an eye for high-end fashion, the kind of guy who walked into a room and everyone noticed. But that style came wrapped in blood-soaked rumors, links to cash-in-transit robberies, whispers of brutal hits, and a deep connection to a syndicate that targeted powerful 4x4 backies. These weren't stolen just to joyride. They were funneled across the border, feeding a cross-country smuggling machine that made big money and left a trail of victims behind. His high-rolling lifestyle came crashing down in the most violent way imaginable. One evening, while cruising through the streets with his wife by his side, everything just stopped. Out of nowhere, gunmen closed in on his car and unleashed a hail of bullets. It wasn't a warning, it wasn't a scare tactic, it was an execution. Prince Mahlangu died right there in the driver's seat, his life ending as dramatically as he had lived it. This is the chilling story of Prince Mahlangu, a larger-than-life figure from Soshanguve, Pretoria's sprawling township, known for producing some of the city's most ambitious hustlers. Prince wasn't just another guy from the block. He became a familiar face in Pretoria's elite social circles. If there was a high-end event, exclusive party, or celebrity gathering in the province, chances were high that Prince was somewhere in the mix, shaking hands, posing for pictures, or turning heads. And trust people noticed him. His style alone could silence a room. He was obsessed with fashion, the tailored suits, the bold colors, the designer labels, the whole look good, feel good attitude. Prince didn't just wear clothes, he performed them. His appearance told you everything: confidence, power, and a taste for the finer things. He had a taste for the finer things, and he made sure everybody saw it. Whether he was rocking high-end fashion, cruising around in luxury cars, or showing off his rare sneaker obsession, he always stood out from the crowd. People even whispered that he had an entire room in his house dedicated just to his pricey sneaker collection. Showing off didn't bother him one bit. If anything, he thrived on the attention. But behind the flashy lifestyle, darker rumors trailed right behind him. Word on the streets was that his wealth didn't come from anything clean. And while his name was linked to several criminal activities, there was one particular operation that people talked about more than any other. There was a cash-in-transit heist back in February 2022, and word on the streets was that Prince had a hand in it. The incident happened at the Manandi Spa on Tulip Road in Centurion, where Prince and his crew were said to have ambushed a G4S guard while he was loading money into the van. They opened fire without hesitation, shooting him multiple times and killing him on the spot. The whole thing was caught on CCTV. Two of the suspects, dressed in very distinctive outfits, grabbed the cash box and ran, but their big score didn't last long. The G4S security systems activated and ruined the cash inside, making it worthless. After that robbery, Prince basically vanished from the public narrative. No reports ever confirmed he faced jail time for the attack. Around the same time, he was also being linked to a hijacking ring known for targeting 4x4 backies, especially the Toyota Hilux, one of the most stolen and highly prized backies across Africa. People whispered that this crew wasn't just operating in South Africa. Their network stretched way past the borders. Once a car was stolen or hijacked here at home, it didn't stick around for long. It would be rushed across into Mozambique or Zambia, and from there, it basically disappeared into the wider continent. The whole setup ran like a well-oiled machine, almost like how a major drug cartel operates. The lower-level guys handled the risky jobs on the streets, each one plugged into the bigger operation. At the top were the shot callers, the ones who took requests from buyers. When a client wanted a certain make or model, that order moved down the ranks, and suddenly hijackers were out hunting for that exact car. Some cars were snatched because their parts were worth a fortune on the black market, while others were targeted simply for their power and performance. To the average person, A hijacking might look like a random act of violence, but behind the scenes, it's often part of a much bigger machine, a network of dangerous operators, each with their own role in a cross-border criminal setup. And in that world, you'd run into guys like Zorro, who was believed to be one of Prince Mahlangu's close associates in the hustle. People whispered about Prince everywhere, though not all those street rumors were ever confirmed. After buying himself a brand new Golf GTI 8, he wasted no time showing it off online. It became yet another piece of his curated image, a man who always had the latest and flashiest rides. But he had no idea that the same Golf he proudly flexed would end up becoming the place where his life ended. According to a leaked case report, the shooting took place around 12:40 a.m. in September 2022 at the corner of Kirkness and Bond Street in Sunnyside. Prince was hit multiple times in the chest and upper body. Reports say he had just left Loftus Versfeld and was driving his Golf 8 near the exit of Trademark's parking area on Kirkness Street, right by Bond Street in Clydesdale, when the gunman struck. The shooter approached Prince, exchanged a few words with him, and then opened fire, hitting him multiple times before speeding off in a white VW Polo with an unknown registration. Prince's wife was in the car with him, but luckily walked away unharmed. Prince, however, didn't make it. He died on the way to Medforum Hospital, bringing his high-flying lifestyle to a sudden and brutal end. The man once feared as a mastermind behind hijackings and heists was gone at just 43 years old. But the violence didn't stop there. Shortly after Prince's murder, one of his closest friends and longtime partner in crime met a brutal death of his own in Mamelodi. His name was Zorro, a well-known associate who had allegedly carried out countless jobs with Prince. According to police, Zorro was driving his bakkie when a BMW crept up behind him. Without warning, the people inside unleashed a barrage of gunfire from automatic rifles, ripping through his vehicle. Desperate, Zorro tried to speed away, swerving through the streets in a last attempt to shake them off. But the chase ended when his bakkie eventually broke down. He jumped out, hoping he could run for his life, but his attackers weren't done. The BMW stopped, armed men climbed out, and they executed Zorro right there on the street. All right, here's a fresh take on that in clean, original wording, but keeping the same meaning. The aftermath of the shooting was straight up chilling. Officers picked up 29 spent cartridges and a single bullet, and Zorro's bakkie was torn up with holes along the sides and the back. Not long after, police confirmed what most people had been whispering already. Zorro had been involved with a criminal syndicate. He died right there where he fell. His execution-style killing sent a wave of fear through the area and marked the violent end of yet another feared underworld figure. After news of his death broke, social media lit up with people joking that they could finally drive their bakkies without worrying. When it came to honoring Prince's flashy lifestyle, his family and friends went all out. His funeral looked more like an exclusive event. Designer outfits everywhere, luxury cars lined up, and top-shelf drinks flowing non-stop. The family also released a statement with strict guidelines for the day's proceedings. Only people who pulled up in cars from 2022 or newer were allowed to join the funeral procession. Basically, if your ride wasn't up to that standard, you weren't getting in. And it didn't stop there. Anyone not wearing high-end designer gear was turned away at the gate. The dress code was strictly smart casual, with a focus on Italian luxury brands. And they even used scanners to pick up fake labels. Clips on social media showed some of Prince's close friends jumping between high-end boutiques, scrambling to put together the perfect outfit just to attend the funeral. Word around the neighborhood was that the whole event cost more than $300,000, from the coffin to all the over-the-top touches that made his send-off just as flashy as the way he lived. As for who killed Prince, that mystery is still hanging in the air. Even though his life was surrounded by whispers about crime and ties to the underworld, nobody has ever been officially linked to his killing. When the media asked his family about the rumors, his sister pushed back, saying people can believe whatever they want. But as his family, losing him has broken them because they knew who he truly was. Prince's journey shows how chasing success can sometimes lead you into dangerous places. Pretoria might feel a bit calmer now, but the impact of his rise and fall is still felt in the city. His story stands as a warning about the decisions we make and where they can lead us. Crime won't ever fully disappear, but the fight against it carries on. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, remember to hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more.